It's that time of year again. The lupins have arrived in their full showy glory, painting the fields in purples, blues and blush pinks, like wild brushstrokes from a carefree artist. They sway and shimmer in the summer breeze, bold and breathtaking, and for a moment it is easy to fall under their spell. But beauty can be tricky. These darlings are charming, but also greedy guests. Left to their own devices, they crowd out the quieter voices of the meadow, the clover, the yarrow, the native wildflowers the bees have loved for generations. So, for the third summer in a row, I'll pull them up, gently but firmly, before they can scatter their seeds like stardust. A little heartache for the sake of balance. A gardener's love sometimes means saying goodbye to even the prettiest things, so that the whole choir of the land can sing. It has been raining the whole morning here, and it's still coming a little drops everywhere. So I really wanted to weed a little and cut the grass, and as you can see, there is a lot of these lupins everywhere, despite of me trying to get rid of them now for 3 years, because as you know, they are invasive species here to Finland. But they are really beautiful. They are in all kind of colors and they make really nice flower arrangements. You can see there is white ones, there is dark lilac ones, and then bluer ones, and dark pink and light pink. All kind of combinations. And here is one that has a lilac and pink. That's quite lovely. And white and lilac. There's just so many combinations of these. Here you can see white and pink. So these are really lovely, and it always hurts my heart a little bit to remove them, but if you remove them, then the local species have more space, because these take over completely. Now it started raining again a little bit. The weeds go up to my chest almost in some places. So I really wanted to cut a little down, but now it's wet, so I can't really cut that well. Whoa, these are as tall as me. Take a look at this. It's incredible. Everything grows so tall here. Here is a really lovely combination. Look, the white ones, the pink ones, and the mixed ones. It looks gorgeous, don't you think? Dad is moving away those iron wheels.
Iron pellets.
Somewhere else, so it's not in the way. Today I'm having a little bit of trouble here with the trimmer. I try to check it a little bit and put some oil and stuff, so let's see if I can get it to work still. But I try to cut with the cutter as well, because they're pretty thick, those flowers. And I will try a little bit of both. Let's see if we can clear a pathway here. I put the pine tree mulch there around the blueberry bushes. It's good because it's a little bit acidic and the blueberries like acidic soil. Let's see what happens with the lupins and the Himalayan balsam when they have been for several years in a plastic bag. I put the invasive species in plastic bags so that the seeds and everything dies. Don't want to throw it just anywhere because I don't want them to grow. Well, this is very much close to soil actually. This is nice. I don't think any seeds have survived here. Not sure what this was. Well, this is definitely not as old as the other one. Don't know, it looks like lupins as well. These were completely full and now there's just a little bit in the bottom. I'm removing the lupins. Guess how many lupins are here inside? There is 400 lupins in this bag. And I removed 200 that I left there in the forest. And there's still a lot more to go. There are still many hundreds of lupins that I have to remove. This is the third time I removed them. And now I think that the seed bank in the ground should be already exhausted. So there shouldn't be many next year, only the ones that I haven't removed. And here you can see that from one of these, they start making these seeds and then they spread everywhere. And the problem is that this is an invasive species to Finland. So it's not something that is good that it grows here. Because then the bees and everything, they go here because it's easier to remove the nectar and then they don't pollinate the local flowers. So this is not good at all. This came here in the 1920s, just like the Himalayan balsam as well. Even though they are beautiful, really nice, I always pick them to put in the vase. They shouldn't be let to grow. The last good ones, they don't do that well in the vase. first find of the day. A horseshoe! It started raining, so I came here under the sauna porch cover, and you can see I digged out quite a lot here, but there's still much to dig out. All of the plinth. This is just very hard work, and there's a lot of stones to dig out as well, and roots. I'm guessing it will become very muddy now. So who knows when I can continue with this. I need to do the same here as well, where the porch is gonna go. And this is very hard clay underneath. It's basically level with the wood here, and that's not very good. So I wanted to dig here a couple of canals so the water doesn't get stuck here, because now it goes here to the plinth, and the plinth is very moist. Since it's still raining, I'm gonna dig here and start here. It's hard clay, so it's quite difficult because it gets stuck here in the shovel. The clay gets stuck on the shovel, so, and it's quite heavy. I have to scratch it out like this with the stick. It's so heavy, this clay. But at least the plinth looks that it's in pretty good condition, so that is good. I don't see any major cracks here. I should do the same on that side, but I believe it's going to be even more difficult because of the clay soil. I guess at some point these beams were on top of those. This is like a concrete foot here, and you can see it's a little bit tilted because it has fallen down, so I think we have to jack up the whole frame and put something new underneath, because these are not holding them anymore. And it goes for all of these. They have moved. And we don't know in which condition the beam is, because it's inside the soil, which is always wet. Look at this. It gets stuck on the shovel like this. It's very heavy. Or maybe it's easier if I put a barrier here against the plinth and then put the soil back. And I can just check that the plinth is whole, put the barrier, and then it doesn't matter how much clay here is. And if this starts rotting worse, then we just build another one. Because this will take definitely longer than building a completely new porch. Mom is doing the dishes here after a very nice meal. I didn't film it, but we had very good food. We had some moose steak and mushroom sauce and potatoes and salad.
Rhubarb cream.
And rhubarb cream as dessert. And then we had lingonberry jam with the meat. It was delicious. I ate so much that I fell asleep on the sofa. And now Mom is doing the dishes here. This is how ascetic our life is here at Siskola. Mom is boiling the water. There's a huge bee in the window again. I think I need to catch it and release it if it doesn't get out of here. It looks like it can be a queen bee or a bumblebee. I have 4 padron peppers and I have to plant them in bigger planters, but I will leave them in these pots for the whole season. So let's see how well they grow. I will put bone meal and then just start with this one. It has already some peppers here. I'm running out of soil again. I need a couple of more bags. Beautiful padron peppers. This is the Criolla de Cocina. This is a Nicaraguan pepper. I have 2 of these, and then I have 2 of these elongated sweet ones, Vertus or Vertus. Here are a couple of peppers now, and I think this is all for this year. I will maybe put them in bigger planters, some of them, but other than that, we are pretty much done. It's time to heat the sauna again and get washed up. I'm sleeping in the garage today. It's so cozy. I had a very good night's sleep here in the garage. It was so good air.